Hello, guys. Hi. I hope everyone is well, and I hope that you all can hear me because there's a lot of wind. There's a lot of wind right now, and I thought I would just do a surprise pop up, a surprise visit to say hello. Hello, everybody. Let me know if you're on and if you can hear me. I hope I have this on public setting. Oh, wow. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. So happy hump day. Hi, Will. Nice to see you. Hey, Verna. Hey, my lovely. Oh, wow, wow, wow. It's asking me to bring you guys on camera. Let's see. Somebody wants to go live with me? Go live with Marvin. Marvin, do you want to go live with me? Let's see. Guys, can you hear me okay? Because it's very windy out here, but I thought I would just drop by. I haven't done a live in quite a while, so I thought I would drop by and say hello. Hey, Marvin, did you want to go live with me? Because it came up as a request that you wanted to go live. It'd be cool to talk to you. So, how's everybody doing? It's the middle of the week, and we only have basically 2 days left of the work week for most of us. You're in the office working? Everybody, that's my homegirl, my sister, my twin, Verna Thomas. Man, we go way back. Well, way back like a tar, don't we, Verna? We go way back, everybody. Have you all, you all are probably just like me. If you're in my age group, you probably still have some friends that you grew up with, that know you better than anybody, that know you before you got cute, right? That knew you before you got money or established or all of those things. And that's who she is to me, Verna, Keisha. We skiggy girls, so what's up, homegirl? What's up? Leroy McKenzie, what's up? You want to come on camera, Mr. McKenzie? I think you want to come on camera. Let's go ahead and see if we can bring Mr. McKenzie on. All right? We're going to add you, and let's see if we can bring you on. I just sent you a request. I'm just stopping by to say hello, guys. It's an impromptu situation. It's beautiful outside. So I said, well, let me just do a live. And I hope I'm not too choppy. What's up, Michael Hernandez? What's up? What's up? Kevin Logan, Mr. Leroy McKenzie in the house. What's up, sir?
Look at you.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Now, I'm all loud and you seem nice and quiet. Are you in the office?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, all right. So I want to come by and do an impromptu, Leroy, and I'm glad that you're joining me because for those of you who don't know, Leroy is actually on my show on Wednesday nights, and he does something called the Power Moment, the Power of a Man, and he's been teaching all about impact, leadership, how to win, how to play chess and not checkers. He's doing the doggone thing. What's up, Leroy? Tell him about it.
Well, if y'all don't, go ahead, Kim.
I said, I think I told him enough. Go ahead and tell him a little bit about it. For those who are not familiar with you or the show or whatever, go ahead and tell them about it.
Well, for those that aren't familiar with the Simply IB show, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, so y'all know what day it is. That's tonight on the Simply IB radio show.
Simply IB.
With Miss Kempley.
What's up, Andrea?
On the IB radio.
We get out on Wednesday nights, guys. We get out and we share a lot of great information. We share a lot of entertainment as well. And unfortunately, let me put it out there. That's one of the reasons why I'm coming right now, Leroy, is we are not having a live show tonight.
Uh-oh.
Right? But I invite you guys to go to the podcast to listen to last week's show and our financial series. And so this month is Financial Literacy Month, and so we've been doing a lot of things in that area. So check us out. We're going on to bigger and better, and we're looking at some new platforms. Mr. Leroy McKenzie, we're moving on up, brother. Get
Absolutely.
your Jefferson's jacket on, brother.
We're moving.
We're moving on up. Do me a favor, since you are here with us. Go ahead and share with everybody. Hi, 911. Go ahead and share with everybody something that you've shared during your power moment. What has been one of your favorite power of the man power moments that you've done on our show so far?
The one that I liked the most was actually the one that I did on impact and having an impact on how we as individuals can have impact on the others that we encounter in our lives, and the importance of that.
Mhm.
You know, because as I say, my mission this year is to make you better by the end of 2018 than you were at the beginning of 2018, and that's impacting lives. So that's
Yeah.
what you do. That's what we do every week on the Simply IB show, is impact lives, and that's what
Mhm.
it's all about.
I think that's very important, and I want to thank you for that. For all of you that listen, we're really big about not just having a show just to have a show. I mean, a lot of people are having shows, they're having, I'll just say there are different levels and different quality of shows, okay? But we tend to work in that of excellence, and we want to come and bring you guys something that is going to impact you, like Leroy just said, something that is going to help you elevate to where it is that you're trying to go. I love entertainment just like the next guy, right, Leroy? Or the next woman.
Absolutely.
And I love to laugh. I love to laugh. We love to entertain. But entertainment, unless you're in entertainment, ain't gonna pay your bills. I can't sit around and watch Housewives all day. I like Housewives, Leroy. But, I'm trying to become a housewife. I'm trying to become a housewife. So hi, Rico. Hi, Doris. Hi, Sean. So I love the fact that we are trying to elevate those who listen to us. Am I choppy, Leroy? I'm out here in this wind, in this tsunami. Hi there, Alfred. So I'm very excited about what you bring to the platform, as well as the rest of our casting crew. And it once again, it's designed to elevate those who listen to us. Would you concur with that, Leroy?
Absolutely.
I'm not just pulling that out of the thin air, right?
You're not just saying it. That's backed up. And for those that don't believe us, they can tune in and go back and listen to the podcast, and find out for themselves about how they can be elevated, and how this show is not just about entertainment, but it's also giving you something that you can use in your everyday life.
Give them something they can feel, like In Vogue says. Giving him something he can. I got my In Vogue dress.
You ready?
you, you guys, we're having a good time. But that's really what it's all about, is giving you all something that can take you further than where you are today. I don't care what's it about. I don't care if it's even about beauty. You all know I deal in the beauty sector and things like that. I don't care if it's beauty, finance, it's confidence, whatever. If it can make you better than you are today, I think it's worth it. Once again, I've been entertained enough. Leroy, I was entertained all in my 20s. I'm tired of being entertained. I need information, I need education, and I need elevation.
There it is.
But, I didn't even come here to really talk about the show. I think okay, somebody's trying to chat with me in the middle of my live. Y'all cannot video chat when I'm on live. You gotta wait, okay? Leroy, tell them. Go ahead and give them the rules of engagement.
You know what I'm saying? That is not going to happen.
So you came on the top with me. Share some thoughts as to, I don't want to make this all about our show, even though we have a wonderful show. We have a great platform, and we invite you guys to continuously come and support us, because we're going to be doing some more things offline as well. But come and talk to us about something that you think that people really need to know about, or people are interested in hearing about right now.
Well, I think with all the things that are going on right now in and through, our lives, and our, whether it's personally, and also even just things that are going on in the world today. I think it's vital that we do pay attention to what's going on. And I think that folks should always be looking to be informed. They should always be looking to be better. And that's my thing.
Yeah.
Is about better. How are you making yourself better this year? how you making
Yeah.
yourself better mentally, how you making yourself better, um, spiritually, how you making yourself better physically, physically,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
relationships, how you making yourself better with your relationships, whether it's family,
Yeah.
friends, everything, business, all of those things. How are you trying to be better this year? What are those things that you're doing, um, that you're implementing, and what plan of action do you have? And that's what it's all about to me. It's about having that plan of action, having those things that you're working towards to be to be better. Because like you said, I know for me, I'm not in my 20s anymore, so I'm looking for things that are gonna
I'm
enlighten
I'm telling you.
that are gonna enlighten me
I, I'm
and empower me. I ain't got time for it. You know what I mean?
Well, why don't we pose this question to all of you that are listening, and for those of you that think like we do. We always think about what's the next move. That's why we always talk about playing chess and not checkers. We're always 5 steps ahead. Okay, because if you don't believe your competitor is, or your opponent, or even your enemy, you better ask somebody, right? You better ask somebody. You know, I think a lot of people are like us, Leroy, in the sense that they're looking for something that's going to make life better all around. And like you said, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. And you have something that's really cool, almost like a checklist, something that you designed. And guys, this is impromptu. We didn't plan this at all, but it sounds really cool, right? um, where you really have gone in to teach us how to assess where we are in those areas. Can you talk about that a little bit? And I think that all of us need to be able to assess ourselves at least 2 to 3 times a year to really hone in where we are and where we're going. Not just we don't want to live on the what they say at the entertainers say, we live on the wish factor. It's time to stop living on the wish factor. Okay, so talk a little bit about this assessment that you've set up.
Well, what it was the beginning of the year, the end of the year, beginning going into 2018. I wanted something that I could actually, not only that I did for myself, but actually my
Uh-huh.
clients, but for my clients as well. And I asked this
Mm-hmm.
question: um, Who are you? Who do you want to be? Or who are you in 2018? And
Mm.
came from the perspective of how are you going to make 2018 better for you. And
Mm-hmm.
it and
Yeah.
on the personal side, I just broke it down, and like we just said, mentally, how was I going to be better mentally? How was I
Yeah.
how was I going to be better professionally? How was I going to be better spiritually? Taking those relationally, how was I going to be better in all those aspects of our lives? Because if you look at your life, it's broken down into, or at least I know my life, break it down into mental, physical, professional, spiritual, and relationships. All of those different ways. So I
Yeah.
thought about
Yeah.
how did I want to be better in those ways, and say, okay, how
Yeah.
can I be better? But then not only just saying how can I be better in those aspects of lives, I had to develop a plan of action in those lives. How was I going to be
Yeah.
better mentally? How was I going to do, and one of the things that I developed, just to give everybody an idea, was I wanted to be surrounded by millionaires this year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I did
Yeah.
was I'm not necessarily in their space or speaking to them, actually, telling them what I want. But what I did was every book that I'm reading this year is by a millionaire. That was one
Yeah.
one of my things that I did this year. I even introduced
Mm.
myself to a millionaire. So
Mm.
putting myself in that position, because hey, I'm thinking that's where I want to be. So if that's where I want to be, then I have to think
Mm.
like them. I got to put myself in that position to be where it is that I'm trying to be. I don't want to be where I am, same
Mm.
place that I am now at the beginning of 2018, that I am at the end of 2018. So I have to do those things that are outside or that are putting in
Yeah.
that position to be where it is that I want to be. So developing that, and then breaking it out into just the different the different aspects of the year, because we're what in the we're in the second
First quarter. Second quarter. Get ready. Yeah.
The first month of the second quarter. And like you just said, doing an assessment. Okay, what were those things that I did the first 3 months? Am I on track to doing what it is that I want to do? If not, what do I need to do? I can do an assessment, of where I am and say, okay, these are the adjustments that I need to make. Why wasn't that I didn't hit, the goals or assignments that I wanted to hit? And how can I, in this second quarter, get to where it is that I want to be in the second quarter? So those are just a few things that I've done and have shown my clients what they should do and need to do in order to be able to be where they want to be.
I think, what you're saying is very important and it's very valuable. I'm trying to talk a little slow because I know it's windy out here and I may be choppy. Am I okay so far?
No, you do.
Because, okay, because I talk really fast, honey. I don't know where I got that from. I'm from Alabama. But I think the world of finances and investments and radio, that's what did it. But anyway, I think what you're saying is so appropriate, so valuable. It's so simple in the way that you put it, because it's really true what they say. When you simplify something, people can duplicate it. Right?
Yep.
And so what happens is we take simple ideas. I know I do sometimes, and I have to watch this. We'll take simple ideas and make them complex, and people get lost in that. And you lose the momentum and the rhythm. So what you've done, you've taken something very simple that we all can do and assess where we are in different areas of our lives, our finances, our health, our relationships, and all of those things. And then we have something to quantify that by saying, wow, I'm on step. Not that I just feel like I'm doing better. I can pinpoint that I'm doing better, or I can pinpoint that I'm not doing so well. And so I love that. We've gotten a lot of responses, everybody. If you listen to Simply IB, we've gotten a lot of great responses about this man right here, Mr. Leroy McKenzie, and his power of the man moment, because he comes in and he gives very practical teachings, and he gives great stories, great content, but most of all, he simplifies it. And I always have my cheat sheet every week, Leroy. Right there while I'm hosting everybody, I have my cheat sheet. I know I'm the radio host, but I'm writing it down because I want my 2018, as he always ends his segment with, we want to make your 2018 better as you go out as before you came in. I'm paraphrasing, everybody. I'm paraphrasing, okay? But I want to be better. I want to be better every day. And that's why I hang around people like you and so many other wonderful people. Leroy, you mentioned that one of your goals this year was to put yourself in a place where you're around millionaires, okay? And you went and introduced yourself to a millionaire. I want you guys to get this. Because if you want to learn how to do something, you got to be around those who've been there and who are successful and can sustain and maintain. Like Jay-Z said, anybody can be hot.
Absolutely.
Anybody can come out with a hot 16, right? Okay. But he measured his sex on, not his sex. Oh God, that's a whole other topic, guys. We'll talk about that later. He measured his success off of the body of work. The body of work speaks for itself. And so when you want to be around millionaires like yourself, or multimillionaires, or even billionaires, it's the body of work, the legacy, and how long they've been in the game. It doesn't happen overnight, does it? It doesn't happen overnight.
Not at all.
It doesn't happen overnight. You know what? I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me something, since I'm always interviewing. And I didn't mean to interview you, but you're so full of information, and I just want to share you with everybody. What's up, Tracy? What's up, Gunn? Patrice, Angel? Thank you. I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me a question, and it can be about anything or any topic. For those of you that are watching too, you can ask me something too, and hopefully I can answer. What you got for me, Leroy?
Is this the one-on-one with Miss Ivy?
Woo! The one-on-one. We can make it be.
Ah. All right, well, let's do this. I want you to give. I'd like for you to give everyone that's listening and that will do the playback. Give them one thing that they can do right now. That they can do right now that will that will assist them in being better just from this point forward. How that just one thing that they can start doing right now, whether it's
That they can do right now.
yeah, that they can do right now. Just start from
It's a great question.
they are.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you for asking me that. I think that's something that I need to do myself more of, what I'm getting ready to tell everybody. And I believe the question was, or the suggestion was, tell everyone something they can do right now that can make their lives better, or situations or whatever better right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, what you can do right now, even while you're listening and looking at me. The first thing you need to do to make your life better is simply just make a decision to make your life better. You simply choose. You simply choose. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about it. Now think about this, Leroy. Do you sit around and say, do I want to make my life better? No. You know you want to make your life better.
Wow.
Right? So here's the thing. We make things complex when really they are simple. The easiest thing is just to sit in that decision before you do any steps, right? It's just to say, I am going to make my life better. I'm going to make my health better. I'm going to make my relationship better. And here's the thing about the mind. Come on, you ready? Because we talk about the mind all the time, don't we? Here's the thing about the mind. The mind doesn't have to know right then what to do, but the decision will propel it to start being inquisitive and saying, what is the next step? What do I do? Do I go and read a book? Do I get in touch with Mr. Leroy McKenzie? Do I get in touch with Miss Inspirational Beauty? Okay? But the decision to do it first has to come. And I think that's the easiest thing. Okay, now y'all got to write the check out to me now. But I think, Leroy, and I'm glad you asked that. Hi, John. Hi. I think what happens is we think. Okay, let me. As I left for a second, Marvin is trying to.
See, you done blown up your own phone.
Okay, so here it is. Marvin, if you're listening, you have to come on through the front. I have to add you this way. You don't come in through the video chat, okay? Let me just say, because I think he wanted to come on and speak as well. So Marvin, thank you for that, but you can't video chat right now. We're on live. Okay, but I think it's very important to understand that you don't have to have all the answers in the beginning, do you, Leroy?
No, not.
Do you know that stopped me for years? That stopped my progression for years because I thought I had to have step 1 through 8. And what I realized, Leroy, is that all I had to do was first make the decision, and then the steps came. Then the opportunities came. Then the provision came.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because there's some spiritual things in that and what we're talking about right now. There's some spiritual principles. I think we're talking a little bit about faith.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, and that's a key component there too, because you're not going to see the full picture, of course, in the beginning.
No.
So you have to understand that, yes, where I'm going to, and I liken it like this. Sometimes when I'm going through a really, really, really tough time, sometimes, and I just feel like, I mean, I'm being gut punched and everything else. I sometimes feel like sometimes I'm in this really dark tunnel, this long, dark tunnel. But I know keep walking or keep moving forward, I will eventually start to see a light at the end of it. Don't know where it
Yeah.
is, don't know when it's going to come, but all I know is if I
Yeah.
keep walking towards it, if I keep walking, I'm eventually going to see that little speck down at the end. And once I see that speck, I know, hey, all I got to do is keep walking, keep moving, and
You're
eventually
right.
it gets bigger. The light gets bigger. The light gets
Mm.
bigger as I move towards it. So that's how this is with it when we want to take on an assignment or anything. We don't know what the end result is of that assignment, but we know, like you said, making that choice, that initial choice. Hey, I know I got the first choice is to keep going, keep moving, to decide I want to do better, I want to be better, and moving forward towards that. When you do that, like you said, the rest of it, the plan comes together. And even as the plan comes together, you'll find yourself kind of tweaking it, moving it here, this, that, this didn't work, or this worked, so let me keep doing this, or this didn't work, let me try this. All of those things will come along as you move along and progress and get better. Just like anything else, whether it's, our physical, trying to be better physically, get our bodies in shape. We'll know what we're gonna look like. We know what the goal is at the end, but all we know is if we do the work, and we put the work in, we see the progress as we go
Excuse me.
along.
You're absolutely right. Thank you for that. Tree is saying real good words, sir. You won't see the whole picture in the beginning and keep moving. Thank you for that, Tree. John is saying it's usually just a matter of time. Hey, Nikki. Hi, pretty lady. You are so right. We have to keep walking in the direction, even though we don't see the light, because as you stated, the light gets brighter. I liken this to, if nothing else, the world has been here for a long time, and as far as I know it, even no matter how dark it gets at night, eventually the sun will shine. It's coming up. It's coming. There's nothing we can do about it. It's coming, right? So my thing is, night has its purpose, right? And understand that just by the law of nature, God's law, spiritual law, all these things. Come on, I'm getting a word here. The light will come because it has to. It's mandated. It's ordained. Come on now, preaching now, right? I didn't mean to, but we talking some spiritual principles in these things. There's an order to everything, and you have to walk in that knowing, right? That knowing is that thing you can't always explain, right?
Absolutely.
You just know it because you know it, right? And when you can walk in that, everything will open up. The universe has its principles. The spirit realm has its principles. Natural world has its principles, and things will open up. Something, I'm going to say this to you. And you're such a good friend of mine. You may already know this, but I'm going to share this with those that are listening too. And some people probably at work, Leroy. But when I first went into radio, I'll use radio as an example. When I first went into radio, Leroy, I would practice. I had no opportunity in radio yet, right? I didn't go to school of journalism or anything like that, right? I knew I was a great communicator, okay? I knew I had a certain skill set, right? But I would sit down on my sofa and I would practice. Hi, this is Kimberly Arrington with WSFA News, blah, 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 blah. WNBC News, blah, blah, blah. And I would sit there and work on my mannerisms and all these different things. Nobody was checking for me. I was just a writer. Nobody was checking for little old me. But guess what, Leroy? I practiced. I said, this is what I want. I made a decision, right? I made a decision. I didn't worry about how I was going to get there. I just knew, I think I could do this. And do you know, about 2 weeks later, someone, excuse me, guys, I'm getting over a cold. Someone called me and said, hey, don't you do radio? Now, here's the funny thing. I started doing radio. Excuse me, guys. But everything after that, I've kept the same MO. And someone out of the blue will call and say, don't you model? Don't you do this? Don't you do that? And what am I saying, everybody? I'm saying what Leroy's saying. You got to prepare. You got to walk into it. You don't see the light yet. You don't see the opportunity yet. You don't see it. But if you make the decision and you start preparing whether you're practicing or whatever. You all see little kids do it. We need to take more of our instinct from children. They don't think about it. They pretend like they're a mama. They pretend like they're a nurse. They pretend like they're a doctor. They pretend. Well, here's the thing. Imagination, using your imagination opens up a world of opportunity.
Absolutely.
Look at this. That's how I met you. I thought about, I need a man on my show that can bring power moment. And Leroy, you called me. Everybody. Thank you, John. John says making decision is the first step. It actually is. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to know how to do something to decide if you want to do it.
Yep.
Let me say that. You don't have to already know. What do you think a second step is, or a next step would be after making a decision?
Well,
to something you want to do.
The second thing to me is to plan, because I look at things like this in 3 steps, and there's that three that I
sorry, guys.
The Father, Son, those of us that are Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. But the second step is to plan, because you have to see it, write it, and then you have to work it. So the second step is to write it. You've got to start to put down what it is that you are intending to do, because you have to. It's almost like getting in a car and you don't know you have a destination, but you aren't sure how to get there. What do? If you have a GPS, you put in the GPS system the address that you're going to, and the GPS will give you the plan or the way on how to get there. Same thing with with the assignment that you're working on. How is it that I'm going to get to where it is that I'm trying to get to? So I have to plan it out. I have to plan that out. So the second step to me is to plan.
I like that. So the first step is to simply make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Second step is to plan, write it out. We're getting something from John, who says setting goals. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. David is saying find a mentor and make a plan.
Absolutely.
And then John is also following up with then make plans to reach those goals. Absolutely. And we haven't even discussed anything about any money yet, have we? Not
at all.
And I think what we need to understand is that money is a necessary tool in 99% of things that we do, but you don't need it to get started. That might come down the road. It might come down action step number 8, but at least you can do action step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And get the ball rolling. And I want to suggest something to all of you as well. And Leroy, let me know what you think about this. Yes, we need money to do things, but who said it's got to be your money?
There it is.
You guys got to understand that there's something called, like human capital, right? Capital is just not money. You have ideas. That's a form of capital, right? I'm worth billions in that type of capital, right? So here's the thing, guys. I want to suggest something real quick, sidebar, is that, yes, we need money to do things. And the bigger the things are, usually the more money we need. But who said it's got to be your money? If you got great ideas, you hook up with somebody who has the money. For those of you who have the money and want to grow it, but are not necessarily an idea person, hook up with the idea person, me and Leroy, right?
Absolutely.
And so, let's look at those things too. Do you think that's one of the main reasons as to why people feel they can't do something? They think they don't have the money to start or education. They always feel like they're lacking something.
Right. And
would you agree to that?
Yeah, I think it is a deterrent for a lot of folks. They either say, well, I don't have enough money to do it, or they may doubt themselves and their particular skill set that they have. But you should never let the finances be a deterrent for you to be able to accomplish what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Because I've always believed that if you have, a gift that God gives you, He will give you the means to be able to bring it to reality or fruition. He'll provide that,
Yeah.
whether it's your capital, whether it's someone else's capital. And like you said, there's more than people. When people think of capital, they tend to put it in only the box of finances. Where, like you mentioned, there's intellectual capital, there's human capital, there's 12 different. And I learned this from Dr. Cindy Trim from a workshop I went to back in 2012. That she gave 12 different types of capital that they're out there. That we don't understand that are out there. And one of, like you said, it was intellectual, human capital, resource capital, all of these capitals that are out there that we can have access to, and we might not necessarily have them ourselves. Like you said, it's about hooking up with someone who may have that particular type of capital that you need. Or you being the person that has a particular kind of capital that someone needs.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
Someone says, I value what it is that you bring to the table, that capital that you bring, and that becomes a means of you being able to get to where you want to get to. So understand that.
You have hit so many things on the head, because we don't talk about the different forms of capital, and maybe that's something we want to talk about later in our show. So you guys, you want to definitely tune into our shows on Wednesday nights. We're not actually having a live show tonight. That's kind of why we're on right now. But you are welcome to listen to our podcast. We've been doing some financial series because it's Financial Literacy Month. But I think that we do need to break down these different capitals and really help people understand that my ideas, put it this way, let me use me for example. I'm going to use me, Leroy. My ideas, because I believe in them and because I look at that as one of my gifts. Y'all have the ability to create ideas, okay? Everything that you see, do, smell, eat, whatever, is an idea from someone, okay? So we all have them. But I have adopted in my little brain, Leroy, that my ideas are worth billions. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I treat it like that. And so all I know is, okay, well, I have the idea. Someone has the money, or someone's have the money. Mm-hmm. Let me just hook up with those people. Or God is either going to bring it to me one or two ways. He's going to give it to me where I have it, or he's going to bring me the people that have it.
Right.
And we need to start looking at that, guys. God is going to either bring things to you one or two ways. He's going to bring it to you directly, or he's going to bring someone to bring it to you. You have to start believing. And that's why it's important, Leroy, that our people really learn how to network efficiently and effectively. Okay? You need to network. And we're going to teach a course on that. I want you guys to come out to that. Leroy and I are going to teach some courses. We got a lot of courses we're going to be teaching. But we need to learn how to effectively network. And I'm not talking about network marketing.
Right.
I'm talking about networking.
Absolutely.
Every day you should be networking in some capacity. Okay? And not just for the sake of, can I say this? In my Think About It series that I put out, right? When I talked about networking, I talked about how to strategically walk inside of the atmosphere, wherever you're going, right? And there's a couple things you need to do in a certain amount of time of being there. One of them is not sitting down having a drink. That is not networking. I know we love to have these Friday night networking mixers, but here's a couple things, everybody. I'm not going to tell it all, right? But here's a couple things, guys. If you're sitting there for 2 hours and you're nursing a drink, or you found a date or whatever, that is not successfully networking. Let me tell y'all something too. When I go to network, I'm not going to meet the people I already know. Right, Leroy?
Absolutely.
I'm going to meet the person in the room who I don't know. Who are you? Why are you here? And how can I be of service to you?
It is.
So let me say this. I didn't say, what can you do for me, or how can I get on? I said, how can I be of service to you? And I think it's very important that we understand when we initially network, it's about what we can provide. What you're doing now is creating value. Mm-hmm. Now you're creating value to that person before you even really understand what they can do for you. Right. And so I kind of went off a little bit or whatever, but networking, guys, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk. Let's see what they're saying. John is agreeing with David, whatever David was saying. Oh, John has to go. He has to flow. He says, good flow. And Tiffany is agreeing with us, saying networking is not going to sit at the bar and get you a drink and meet you a date. That's not networking.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've been on here for quite a while, so what I'm going to do is let you say something that you want to leave everybody with before we close out, guys. This was very impromptu. I'm glad you were able to come on with me. I was just coming by to say hello to everybody because I haven't been on live in a while.
I know.
So, what would you like to go ahead and say to everybody?
Now, I would just leave everybody with this: be intentional about, especially when it comes to being better. When you're intentional, you actually are focused in on where it is that you are and where it is that you're trying to get to. Your assignment. Understand what your assignment is this year, whatever those assignments are. One of the things that I came up for myself and my clients had to have at least 10 assignments this year that you're going to accomplish. A minimum of 10 things that run the gamut, like we talked about earlier. Mentally, physically, relationally, professionally, spiritually, 10 things, 10 assignments that you put together about you being better, because I'm telling you, this thing is really set with me and impacting people. That's what you're going to hear me talk about, impact, because I'm about impacting people this year, impacting people in a positive, progressive way, because I want all of us to be better by the end of 2018 than we are at the beginning of 2018, and that's it, and that's the passion that people will hear when I talk about when things that I'm a part of, even just this impromptu thing that we just did. It's about imparting into people, those who will listen to this and get the value, get the importance of what it is to make themselves better out of it, and to be able to say, you know what, like you said, Kimberly, to make the decision to be better, to starting there by saying, I want to be better, I'm going to do better, and putting that plan into place, and then actually working that plan so that you can be better. That's what I would leave them with.
Thank you. That's very impactful. I think it's very important because of the man that you are and the gifts that God has given you and the ability to be able to share those in a way where people can understand them. It's no coincidence that you have a platform. And right now, I just want to say in front of everybody that my prayer for you, because I pray for you and those who sit with me, those who believe in me, and those who support me, my prayer for you is that he gives you boundless opportunity, okay? And he exploits those gifts that he's given you. You are such an amazing man. Now, guys, he didn't know I was going to do this, but I just love your giving spirit. I love what you do for men, how you uplift men, how you empower men and talk about the family and finances. And you are making a true impact, my brother. That's why I take you everywhere I go. And you're a really, really, really good friend, good mentor. And guys and ladies, please, I want you to look him up. His name is Leroy McKenzie Jr. Okay, so look him up and become friends with him here on social media and follow what it is that he's doing. Okay, he didn't know I was going to do this, but I just felt in my spirit that I want to share a little bit of how I feel about you. Okay, all right. And before I get out of here, I'm going to let you throw something at me. I asked you, what did you want to leave with everybody before we got out of here? But what would you like me to talk about or leave before I get out of here?
Well, I want you to leave everyone with something that they can that they can take with them. Let's do this. You end it like you end the show with uplifting everyone. So give them something that will uplift them and motivate them for this today.
Wow. Some of you are coming in on the end, but I thank you for coming here because this was really impromptu or whatever, and we're getting ready to get out of here, but he wants me to leave something that's going to uplift and to empower, and that is my wheelhouse. That is my specialty, right? But I want to simply say this, everybody, is that you are more than capable and you are more than able to do whatever it is that you desire to do in life. You have right now inside of you all of the ingredients to be able to start. And as you start, people will come. What's the movie? Build it and they will come, right? Build it and they will come. And that doesn't have to be a building. It can be anything that you desire. It can be your family. It can be building your body, your finances, your life's journey, your new story. Just because something has happened in the past, it does not define you. You like that, Leroy?
I love it.
It does not define you. So I'm going to tell everybody who they are. Can I do that, Leroy? Let's go ahead and do that.
Miss IB,
you are magnificent. Come on, Leroy. He's joining in with me, everybody. You are magnificent. You are brilliant. You are bodacious. You are unique. You are everything that they said that you couldn't be, because you were created in the image of the Most High. Now, that's what I believe. I don't know what you believe.
There it is.
But that's what I believe, so I walk in it. So for those of you who believe like I believe, I need you to walk. And like Leroy says, you may not see a light, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You may just have enough where you can focus. You might just have a pin light or enough light that's on a cell phone, but eventually daylight will come. It will come. So I hope that inspired everyone.
There it is.
I hope I've been doing my inspirational corner. Where's my music? Where's my music? Tony, where's my music? Oh my goodness, but it's been great being here with you today. Once again, guys, we're not doing great job, y'all. Walk, keep it moving. That's Tree talking to us. Once again, guys, we don't have a show tonight. We are in the process of getting ready to actually do some bigger, better things, guys. Get ready. So in the meantime, listen to us on podcast tonight or today, because the podcast is available. And it's 5 steps to get to financial literacy, since this is Financial Literacy Month. We love you. We appreciate you. Go ahead and say good. I'm thinking we on the radio show. I'm like, go ahead and say good night to them.
Let's go. Be unstoppable. Y'all know what it is. Can you see the shirt? Be unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Be unstoppable. I gotta get mine.
Yeah,
y'all see that?
Absolutely.
I gotta get that. Be unstoppable. We signing out, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Happy Hump Day. Talk to you later.
Later.
Bye.